that or using. So basically, you can work around the wallet and you can see the effects of whatever transactions you are doing over the Pera wallet itself, right? Which is very good. That whenever you are transacting, because you have installed Pera wallet on your phone or your tablet, you will be able to see the transactions also reflecting over there, right? So yeah, it is 8:35. So let us begin. Now give me a moment. I'll share my screen. Let me know once the screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
So basically, this is how your Pera wallet basic screen looks like. Of course, not these many wallets and not portfolio value or value 173. And don't think that this is basically like I have $48. This is test network, right? So before you go ahead, just at the bottom you can see there is a button called settings. Click over there, and then if you scroll, you will see developer settings. And from here in the node settings, you can see that I'm currently connected to test network, right? You can connect same thing over the main network also and over the test network also. But if you have created a wallet in test network, you will not be able to use that wallet over the main network. But main network wallets can be used for test network. This is just first setting you are supposed to do. Hypothetically, when you install everything, by default one wallet will be created for you. So to create a new one, you can just click on this plus sign over here, right? And when you click on that, then there are three options given to you. Create an account and import an account and watch an account. So over here, create an account. Yes, because I'm going to create a new account. So that it is telling me create a passphrase backup. See, this is basically your mnemonic, right? The 25 words phrase, which is basically your, you can say, blueprint of your account is passphrase. So I understand. Then it is asking me to write down. So I'm ready to begin. Now, since this is a security thing, and you can see that it turned to black. So it is visible to me, but it won't be visible to you. So they have taken care of that even if you are streaming, you will not be able to take a look at what is my passphrase, right? So I have just taken the photograph because I need to enter certain values and all. So now we will be able to see. So I'm being asked to have the letter number 17. So that letter number 17 is this one. Then number 21 is this. Then number 24 is this, and number 8 is this, right? Then I'll have next, and my password is verified. Now it is asking me to have, if you want to create an account with some name, additional name, which resides in your device only, it will not be fetched anywhere else. But if you want to do that, let's say tablet or something, I can add that, right? And I'll just have finish account creation. Account is verified. If you want to buy Algo, you can. Otherwise, you can click on continue. And after that, you can see at the bottom, my new address is created. Now, if I click over here, I'll be able to see that it has no balance. So what I can do, I can just copy the address, right? Now, the point is I am on tablet. So even if I copy, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to copy over here. No, I'll not be able to do that. Let me just see if I can do. Yeah, I can copy. Okay. Now I'll go to my bank.testnet.algorand.network, which is basically giving me test tokens for free. So I'll just paste this one and I'll get 200. So if I go to my particular account and if I see now, I'll basically have, see, test network 10 algo received. So notification also is there. And now we have 10 algos over here. Now, in order to utilize this same wallet, what you need to do, you need to go ahead and use the same mnemonic which I have taken the photograph. I need to utilize in the main code, so that from that particular code I can utilize this particular wallet. For today's session, I have already integrated this wallet, right? P5C. And this particular wallet I have integrated in my code, so I don't need to type those 25 words in front of you guys. Now there is second website I want to talk to you about. It is this one, the app.devflow.org. Now this particular website, this is the link. This is basically the main thing and all. So if you go over here, I guess, yeah, this is the first link you will you can say redirected. At the bottom, you can see my wallet is connected, but for you, it will be blank. So it will ask you to connect wallet. So if you click over there, you can see that switch wallet or disconnect options are given to me, right? I need to operate from my particular wallet and also I'm not going to do that, but you can disconnect. And when you click over there, there will be a QR code, which you can say scan with your Pera wallet application, and it will be done, right? So there is no, it's very simple. Once you do that, you will be able to see your wallet address connected at the bottom. I guess we have already done this multiple times, but still I'm telling you. If you click over here and just click over View in Explorer, your transactions from the typical wallet are listed over here, whatever you are doing, right? So today only when we deploy something, we will see some transactions over here also, right? Now what we will do is, again, because it is C#, we need to have Visual Studio. So I'll start Visual Studio. Now, as I told you in the beginning that today we are going to have web, mobile, I mean to say Android and Windows Store applications. 3 total different items we will take a look at. Simple code. One web application is by default a sample contract is given to us. So we will utilize that. For web and mobile, I'll just create a simple wallet and we will be able to see that wallet. And then from there also, if we want to export, how can we do that, right? So over here, I'll just go to this one, create a new project. And over here, I can, in the search for template part, I'll just search Algorand. So after searching for Algorand, you will see all these templates are already given. So you can select the last one, which is telling you Algorand web app. Select that, click next, right? So over here, I don't want to change the name. So I'll just click on create. Now let us wait. Now, once you create, your project is created and the Visual Studio will be opened automatically. On the right hand side, same thing, the way we use that console application and all. Over here also the solution explorer is there. But over here you will see a red cross that tells you that your Algorand SDK is not updated. So if you expand and if you expand packages, you will see that Algorand 2 is not updated. You can right click over there and click on update. Once you do that, it will tell you that, okay, this particular plugin, which is developed by Frank, you have to select this and just click on update. Once you update, it will ask certain permissions and then basically your Algorand SDK will be overwritten, right? So now what will happen? Now you are ready. But before that, your dependencies are solved. Over here, there are multiple folders like Algorand contracts, Algorand references, contract client, and pages. This particular folder, Algorand contract, has all smart contracts, very basic smart contract. So you can see that I have inherited from the smart contract, right? And this particular smart contract has only one method. It is add two numbers with limit. So you can see that there is a method over here. It is accepting 3 variables and then basically it's a limiter app. So that means it is controlled by a different contract also. And then we are just, we are getting the result. This third variable is coming from a different, you can say, smart contract. We will take a look at that, how that works. But over here, very simple code, which is basically adding the 2 values, getting from here and returning the answer. But returning the answer is a limit result. Now you can see that limit result is a long variable. And basically what it does, it returns the result, but it checks for the max and then it is out, I mean to say, returning the limited value. And that's why it is over here. We are getting the limited, but ultimately this particular limited variable, which is a long variable, will be returned to our smart contract call, right? Very simple one. Very, very easy. That is by default contract template. You can utilize, no code required. But if I run this, what will happen, right? So let us do that. I have not done anything else. I'm just running the particular contract template which I've received or which I've created from the Visual Studio. Yeah, so the page is running. You can go ahead and click over here, Algorand. So yes, it is telling you to deploy the contracts. Now, as soon as you deploy the contracts, it will generate an error. Why? Because it is looking for some wallet. See, this wallet, B55 something wallet. But you remember that when you create a template, the creator of the template used his own wallet address, which is not existing in your sandbox. Now, how to find the sandbox connection? So over here, we can see that these smart contracts are there, but there is some contract client also. But over here at the bottom, one file called program.cs. So this is basically, if you are coming from full stack, this is basically your settings file or your environment file kind of thing, where you can put the settings over here. So you can see it is connected to your local host. That means my sandbox environment. And that the other routing and every other piece of information is given to us. That's fine. But basically, it is trying to connect to my local net. So if I go ahead and check over here, yes, my local net is working. But what is missing then? The missing part is I don't have a wallet, right? I don't have a wallet over here, which is basically the wallet which is given to us. Now, how to find that wallet? I mean, I need a mnemonic or a wallet address. So over here on the pages folder, if you expand that, there are 3-4 pages. Index is your basic page, which is just a redirectional page. So I'm not opening that. But this page, the smart contracts CS HTML, if you expand that one and you get to a CS file, which is basically the code behind file, C# file. And over here, you can see the mnemonic is written for us. Now, if I continue to use this mnemonic, I'll be in trouble. Why? Because this mnemonic typically is not there in our account. Now, since we are working with a website, it is like sandbox. Okay, now we should connect to a test network. So what I need now is this particular wallet, this P5, and I need the mnemonic for this P5, this P5 CS wallet, right? Which I've already, you can say added. So I'll just copy from there. Okay, so now I'll go to the newer app and I'll remove this one. Right? Okay. Now I have removed. But still, will this work? The answer is no. Why? Because still we are pointing towards the sandbox. And we need to point towards the test network. Program.cs is still pointing towards the local host. So how can I find that link? So go to app.devflow, go to node manager over here. And if you just scroll down, you will get the Algorand URL. Copy that URL and come back to your program.cs file and change or replace the address over here. So two changes you are supposed to make. One, you are going to change from the program.cs file, the address you are going to change to a test network. The second thing, you are going to replace the mnemonic, right? Now, if I run this application, let's see what happens. So now when I run this application, and if I go to Algorand, I'm still able to see the deploy contracts part. So now if I click over here, it will take some time because it is trying to deploy the network, compiling the network, deploying, and then we will get the IDs over here. So now you can see that we received 2 app IDs. As I told you, there are 2 contracts. One is the add 2 numbers and the other is the limit one. And if you go ahead and open the app.devflow part, and if you go to Wallet Explorer, you will see that 57 seconds ago, 1 minute, 2 seconds ago. And you can see applications, both the numbers which we have received in the web application are being displayed over here. So if you click over here, you can see that particular which applications are done, right? This is particular application number 9572. And if you go ahead and see that, yeah, 9572, the second one, and the first one is 9570. So if I go over here and if I go back, I'll be able to see 9570. So yes, both the applications in terms of both the smart contracts are now deployed, which are now called applications. So basically, if you are coming from some other blockchain platform, this is your smart contract address. So application ID is basically your smart contract address, right? Now, let us see whether we can integrate or we can interact with the contract or not. So first number I am adding 10, the second number I am adding 20. But the third number is I can limit the output. So if I write down 20 over here, though the answer is 30, I'll get only 20, right? So let us do that. 20, add numbers. And we got 20. Though the answer is supposed to be 30, but we have limited it to just 20. We got only 20. But now if I just add one more zero, and now if I call this particular code again, see what happens. So now we got 30, right? So basically one contract, the output of the first contract is limited by the second contract. Now, if I go to my app.devflow, you can see that some interactions over here also is done. See, 70, we have interacted with the smart contract, right? If you click over there, you might be able to see one global state unit. And if you just scroll down, you can see that 3, right? Maybe some value call counter. Okay. So what is it? What is it talking about? This one. That is put into the global state variable of blockchain. So that's why it is visible over here, that you are able to see 3. Right? So this is basically your smart contract deployment using your website. You can see it's 7058 localhost. That means it is running as a web page in my machine. And this is a CS/HTML. So if you are even coming from JavaScript or any other background, I'll showcase the main page also how that looks like. So if you open the smart contract CS/HTML, you can see that it is simple HTML. So you can manage, even if you are not a regular C# user, you can understand how these pages are designed. See, right? So it's very, very simple. Point is, smart contracts are created and everything is ready for you. So you can just play around. But the main part is, I told you that there is one more folder which was talking about contract client. And this particular folder has some different file, which is known as add two numbers proxy.cs. If you open that file, you will be able to see something, the add two with limit, the function defined in our smart contract. But that function basically is something else, like no operation and 1000 and some ABI handle and something like this is given to us, right? Return bit converter. So basically, if you want to hide your smart contract definition and all, you can just convert this to a class and you can give this class to CS file to someone and they can access. So basically, this can become, you can say, a kind of ABI for your contract. And this is a proxy thing. So your actual smart contract is hidden. And you are just passing the proxy one, which can be leveraged as an API by the other programs. So if you are creating a very complex smart contract or a very detailed contract and all, you don't want to share the code, you can just create a proxy and they can just import that proxy and they can work around. Now, if you go back and check on the Algorand contracts part, if you click over here, if you go over here and right click on that, and the bottom, there is a menu item called generate proxy. This particular menu item will give you or will create a proxy file for you. If you click over here, you can see that it is already creating add to number proxy.cs. So what you can do is you can hide even from where the contract is being called, from where the everything else is there. What is the basic function, or if you want to hide, you can. right? That is the reason that the developer of this plugin has decided to have a proxy-based system also. So the system can be, again, one more security layer can be added over here, right? Okay, any questions, guys, before we move towards our mobile applications? So Mudassir, just keep an eye on if somebody has a question and let me know. So over here, the other smart contract is this one, and you can see that the other smart contract has a limit variable, and that limit variable is supposed to, if it is greater than max, then return max only. If it is not, then return minus max. So that's how the output of the previous smart contract is controlled by this one, right? So this is how a very simple web application also can be created. Now over here also, when we have these pages and all, this particular code, if you want to create a wallet, so we have already done that wallet, but you want to create a fungible token, an NFT, if you want to transfer, everything can be done. So now what are we doing? Instead of having a console application, now we are working with a front end practically, which is allowing us to integrate our wallet and communicate with the smart contract. Yeah, thanks, Mudassir. So now the second phase of the code. Like first you have created the website, but the challenge over here in any platform is how to create a mobile application. Because until today, mobile application SDKs or React Native SDK or other SDKs are still not even developed by the original companies and all. It is difficult. And again, you have to sync between your dApp and your mobile application. Over here, Microsoft wins that race. That they have a system called MAUI. Right? So let me just fire up a new Visual Studio. So I'll just terminate this one. I'll have new project, not new repository. New project. In this new project, I'll just search over here MAUI. So you can see that MAUI has all these particular solutions. MAUI app, MAUI Blazor hybrid app. So I'll go with this one. And if you look at the carefully, what this particular application template is capable of doing is, it is capable of creating an iOS application, an Android application, a Mac Catalyst, Windows UI, and Tizen. So all these particular applications or with the same source code you can create. So now if you click over next, okay, I don't want to change the name, so I'll just keep it as it is. .NET 8.0, it's long-term support, that's fine with me, and I'll just have create. Now, once you create that, again, the same problems over here, some dependencies, some things will be installed, but we have to install that other piece of it. Which one? That Algorand SDK also we need to install. So let us just wait for the time it gets ready, and then we can install our Nugget package. We have to wait till this particular button is enabled, right? Otherwise, you are still in a mode where some things are being installed. If you expand this one, this ready screen, you will be able to see that. No, I will still waiting. Okay, now we have Windows machine on, no problem. But we don't have our Algorand SDK yet. So what I can do, just right click over here. I'll go to Manage Nugget Packages. I'll go to Browse. Over there, I'll select Algorand. And I'll select this Algorand 2 by Frank. And I'll install. I'll apply, accept. So my Algorand SDK is also now installed. But what have we done till now? So on the right hand side, if you see carefully, the extensions are now, instead of CS HTML, the extensions are now saying XAML, which is basically nowadays your markup language. You can say extensible markup language. And this XAML basically creates a common framework for you guys. So the same framework can be utilized for mobile applications, your tablet applications, your iPhone, Android, and Windows Store applications, right? So from this particular piece, you can see that it is telling me Windows machine. It is not telling me that mobile or anything. It is just telling me Windows machine. If you click over this button, drop down, you can see multiple options over here. Those multiple options are framework first, which is already we are doing. Second one is Android emulators. Now, emulator basically is a mobile working in your tablet, or sorry, in your laptop or desktop. So it basically looks something like this. So a typical Pixel phone I have created, you need to install Android Studio, and that Android Studio comes up with an ADB. ADB is Android Device Manager or something. ADB, I'm not sure what is the full form. This one. Yeah, Android Device Manager, ADM, not ADB. And over here, you can create a device, whatever device you want. You can click over here, new, and it will give you options that what version you want to use, what processor you want to use, what API you want to support, and the image will be downloaded and it will be created in your machine. Now, since this is what we are going to use this today, I've already downloaded and configured. You can configure on your own. But try to configure first, click over here, and you should be able to see something like this. If this is not the case, just restart your machine maybe, and ultimately you will be able to see this particular phone. This also works like a typical phone only. It's not like this is everything which you are able to do, you will be able to do over here also. See, right? You can see that I've logged in, my account is visible over here, everything. So now let us just first of all run over the Android emulator. So in the Android emulator part, I'll just have Pixel 2, which the ADM I've already created. You can see it is now selected, and let me just click deploy. So over here, the build started. Now, what does it mean? Build started means it is trying to convert the code into an APK, because this is an Android device. Now, Android device, you cannot install an exe. You have to create an APK out of it, and that's what it is trying to install. Okay, so let us take a look at over here. So in a while, once everything is deployed, on the right hand side, in the phone itself, you will be able to see. It will take some time because the code compilation happens, then the APK is you can say compiled, then APK is signed, and then that APK is now will be ready to be installed on the simulator. So it will take some time. First time it always takes some time. Then the next time onwards, it will not have that much time. But again, this also is a challenge. If somebody is from React Native, I completely agree with them that to create or to deploy an application over the mobile or over the simulator, they just do the Chrome version and they just can check and everything. But to test, they need to have a mobile. But over here, we have simulator, so we can directly test on the simulator. And we will test on my tablet also in a while, the same application. Okay, so no, and this will work again. So don't worry. Sometimes it just gets an error. Yeah. So you can see that .NET, a very beautiful car will be there in a while. Yeah. And we have successfully started our MAUI application on the mobile. Now I can click over here. So click one time, click two times, three times, four times. So it is working. Now, can I run the same application on an Android tablet. So if you go down over here, Android local devices, it is telling me, my Xiaomi devices or tablet is already connected. So if I click over here, let us see what happens. And then we'll deploy. So the same application, which was running on an Android device, now will run on a tablet. But that was simulator. This is a real device.
So that counter it was from the smart contract. You are storing
No,
that value.
we have not added the blockchain yet. This
Oh,
was just the basic code. Now we will add the blockchain layer, and
okay.
then we will add both the, we will see that whether it works on simulator and the tablet itself without changing anything. So now the APK is built, but APK is now built for a tablet device, which is a slightly different version than your mobile device. So now a completely newer APK will be built and then will be deployed to the live device. Don't worry, this is my machine. Machine's fans are started. That's the voice you might be hearing. So at the bottom, you can see signed APK is created, and you can see it is asking me to install. So I'll just install. And it will be open. So at the bottom, you can say found device. This is my UUID, the tablet ID. At the bottom, found device. So now it will be, now it is already installed, but it is maybe doing something at the backend. And at the bottom, you can see deploying to Xiaomi. So now in a pretty soon, it will start the application on the tablet itself. So .NET, the same splash screen. And we can see the same output over here also. And if I click over here, clicked one time, two times, three times, four times, same, right? So the same source code we have run over the Android simulator. We have run on the tablet, and the same source code we can run over the Windows machine, which is basically the Windows Store application. So if you click over here, now it will run its own tablet, Windows tablets, and it will behave as if it's a Windows Store application. So you can see that it's a tablet, same output, but this now becomes the Windows Store application. Click me 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, since we have already added the Algorand part, what I want to do is I just want to add two very simple text boxes, and I want to create a wallet. Rest of the things we can manage, whatever we have done in the console application, it is one and the same, right? But what I want to do now is just to create a wallet over. So I'll click on this page, main page.xaml, which is my design page. And you can see that over here, scroll view is already given to you, which is basically your mobile view. When you do a mobile application, this kind of behavior is anticipated. This is my button. And before that button, I will have just two text boxes. So I'll just have something like this. Entry. I don't want anything else. I just want the name so I can access from the C# file. So I'll have this button, let's say wallet address. So this is my text box named wallet address. I'll create one more and this will give my mnemonic. From this mnemonic, we will extract the mnemonic from here and we will export that thing to Pera wallet. So I will have wallet mnemonic and we are done. So these two now particular text boxes are created for me. Now what do I need to do? Because since my button is there and an event is already created with it, so I'll just go to that event where it says click me one times and all. So I don't want to disturb this code. What I want to do is I'm going to create an account over here. So account ACT, not accounts, just account ACT equals to new account. Now you will be seeing an error over here. So if you just hover over that and if you just click over here, it will tell you to use this one. So I'll just use it and my error will be resolved. What do I need then? Then I need that wallet address. So wallet address dot text equals to ACT dot address, my wallet name and toString. So it will be, you can say, transferred to the text box. Then I have wallet mnemonic. I want to assign to the text value. So ACT dot to mnemonic. There is a function which exposes this particular mnemonic for the account address. I'll just save this one. First, we will test on the Windows machine. So I'll do that. So over here, we can see that now two text boxes are visible to us. One is your wallet address, the other is your wallet mnemonic. And if I click over here, we can see that an address is created for us. And similarly, your mnemonic. I can click multiple times, newer wallet addresses and newer mnemonics will be created. So this is what in the reverse order we are now going. So primarily we saw that mobile, then the Android tablet, live device, and the third one was Windows Store application. So now first we have seen this Windows Store application. Now I'll just terminate this one. No code change. You can see that. I'll just quickly go to my Android simulator, which is my Pixel device. And I will just deploy the same code over the simulator. So again, it will, because we have changed the code, it will generate the APK again, and it will install the APK again on the simulator. Guys, I've been working on blockchain since last 6 or 7 years. Like when the first Hyperledger Fabric and all, when it was the all everybody was talking about the private blockchains and all. Since then, I'm associated with blockchain, and believe me, the integration in terms of 3 different platforms, or rather 4, you can say, tablet, these Android and iOS tablets, as well as iPhones and Android phones, and Windows Store applications. The same source code, same kind of design we can manipulate. These ease of use does not exist on any other platform. That I can proudly tell you. Since I'm a Microsoft C# developer myself, I know exactly what are the challenges associated with the other platforms, right? So device is found, emulator 5554, and now it will start the application. Okay. This happens every time. So I'll just have to deploy it one more time and it will go. Yeah. So you can see two text boxes over here, same application. If I click over here, wallet is created. If I click one more time, you can see the wallet address and mnemonics are created for you. So basically, same code. First was Windows Store application. Now it is an Android phone application. Now finally, what we will do, we will deploy this over to my tablet. So I'll change this one to Android local devices. I select my tablet and I'll deploy the same code over there. And let me just open. Oh, it is closed. Again, we have changed the code, so it will take the time because it will compile again and then it will install again. Sometimes it may not update the application, so you can go ahead and delete the application from the tablet and then install again. So you can see deploying to the tablet. Assigned APK is created and my UUID, the tablet UUID is displayed. So now pretty soon it will start over here. I have a Mac also, but I was unable to connect to my Mac due to some firewall issues. So if during this multi-part series, if anytime I'm successful, I'll definitely uh, try to connect to the iPhone device also or iOS device also. Build succeeded, .NET, the splash screen is there, and then our famous beautiful car will be loaded. And we have two text boxes. Now I can click over here, click me, my you can say wallet address and my mnemonic is there. Now if I just click this one, long press, so it will tell me to select all. I'll select all. And then what I'll do is I'll open my Pera. And what I can do is now I need that particular wallet address exported to Pera wallet also, right? So from here, this is again a wallet address. So from the main page where the accounts are listed, you can click on this plus button. So click over there. It is telling you to import an account. So you can import an account. Then the first part is recover an account. I want to recover an Algorand account using my 25-word passphrase. Click on that. Again, one more time, it is asking you to recover the account. And then you can paste over here, right? So I'll just paste over here. Oh, it has copied something else. Let us go to the application first. Yeah, this was the application. So I'll select all, then copy. Okay, I forgot to copy. That's why. Para wallet, and I'll remove this one. I'll copy from the bottom, and you can see that 25 letters are now, 25 words are copied. I'll click over recover. Okay, this account already exists. So I might have tried earlier. So what we can do is we can just open the application again and generate one new ID or one more ID, and then we can copy this one, select all, then copy, go to my Para wallet. I'll just go back, recover from here, funny, and we can see that newer wallet address is there, finish account creation. Account is verified. I can go over here, continue, and I can see at the bottom, the new address which is there created for us is there. Exported successfully at what? At Paragon. If you go, you can check the address is YRV3. If I go back to the application, the .NET application, you can see, okay, I'm running two different applications. That's why it created some problem. From where via, okay, this one, not this one, the other one, I guess. Yeah, YRV. So this particular application, basically this wallet address is now exported to the Para wallet. So we have created a wallet at the same source code. That wallet we were able to execute on the Windows Store application, on Android application, as well as on an Android tablet device. And now we are able to successfully even export that particular account from this one to my Para wallet. So now anything happens to this particular wallet address, I can go ahead and confirm that the particular account or whatever events occurring, transactions occurring over there, I can confirm everything, right? So if you remember that when we opened Para wallet, I told you that even if the exported account like this P5, you can see all the transactions over here. If we have created the NFTs or the tokens and all, you can see that. See, all the tokens I have created are listed over here, right? You can see over here, all the NFTs I have created, those NFTs are also over here. So the point is, particularly, these wallets basically now can talk to your multiple devices. If you have the mnemonic, you can export, you can recover. So from the developer perspective, this is very good when you can integrate the same wallet for the user at multiple platforms without changing much of the code. Right over here, now it is just a matter of using the same code. So you can create common class files, and you can utilize those class files in every project, your website, your mobile application, your Windows Store, and iOS and tablets. So then you are good to go, right? The same designing principles apply, which you normally apply when you have that mobile multiple UIs, when it supports multiple kind resolutions and all, right? So as I told you earlier, this is the only platform which allows us to do that without much of a problem. An integrated SDK, kind of a native SDK, when you can directly talk to the blockchain, directly talk to your smart contracts and everything around, right? So now that actually concludes my presentation for today about wallet creation, wallet exporting to Para wallet, and talking about all the front-end pieces, website, mobile, and Windows Store applications. So any questions from anyone, guys? We have 6 minutes, so Mudassir, now let me, if nobody's asking now, I'm going to ask you. So since you are a full stack developer, do you think that is this easy with a regular full stack development to create 3 different platform applications with this much ease? Mudassir, you are muted if you are speaking. guess he's unable to unmute or something. Mudassir, are you there? All right, guys, it seems some technical glitches on the other side. So follow us on Twitter, follow us on LinkedIn. Since Mudassir handles all that thing, I don't have the links with me. So thank you very much, guys, for joining tonight. Have a great weekend ahead, and let us connect. Not weekend, but weekend, whatever it is. And let us connect next week again with one more exciting series on AlgoGyaan. Thank you very much for your time and support. Have a wonderful sleep. Good night, guys.